Yo, what's going on? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm Marcus, and welcome if you're new, or welcome back if you're one of the usual suspects to the channel. Hey, this video is going to be interesting because my attorney brain was just working. It was just spinning where I saw something, and it just gave me a bunch of questions. And y'all already know if I got questions, I have to find answers. So before we dive in, hey, I always got to give the disclaimer. I am a licensed attorney. I'm licensed in several jurisdictions, but none of those jurisdictions amount to me being your counsel. So if you're looking for legal or financial advice, always seek a professional in your area. It'll decrease the chances that you'll get finessed, even though sometimes professionals finesse too. But hey, it definitely helps decrease those odds. Over here at this channel, we talk about finances and attorney reactions to current events, money topics, anything that's interesting to me or that the community hit me up and tell me about. So today we're going to talk and dive into the world of scamming or capping, one of the one you want to call it. Either the person a scammer or a capper will capping, but we'll figure it out and get to the bottom of it. But Punchmade Dev is a popular, relatively famous scam rapper. Now, I know y'all probably thinking like, DFD, you kind of old, bro. How did you hear about an artist named Punchmade Dev? Well, about a year ago, before he went by the main name Punchmade, I think he went by OBN or something like that. OBN Dev. But in any event, hey, when you got kids in high school, they tend to keep you young and hip to what's going on in these streets. Cause I don't know, I'm old. So my son was telling me about this scam rapper, and I was like, that's interesting. Let me hear it. Now you got to understand the context of where I come from. I've represented I I I know I've known some scammers in my lifetime. I've defended some scammers in my lifetime. I've investigated scammers. I prosecuted scammers. So I got a pretty good gauge on scams, how they work, how they go. Some of the scams that people doing now, I was in classes learning about all of this stuff for work purposes, not to scam, a decade ago. So I'm pretty hip to, scamming, financial crimes and all of that stuff. So my son put me on this rapper and he plays this song. And this song was probably the most unique rap song I ever heard because it was actually a step-by-step tutorial. You know, when I was coming up, people rapped about blueprints on how to sell drugs, how to sell drugs, how to cook it. Master P, Biggie, the rules to the game. This guy was given a step-by-step guide that was, I would probably say, 50% accurate. It was missing a lot of shit, but he gave a step-by-step guide on how to commit scams. And his songs was interesting. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, they was actually kind of catchy. But I was thinking like, my first thought was, oh man, I hope my dumbass son don't try any of this shit because this dude is definitely not doing it the smart way according to his songs. But it's kind of got me thinking like, this is interesting. This dude rapping about this in his songs, like he should probably be in federal prison somewhere, rotten for wire fraud, which carries a 20-year sentence. But and dove into this subject. About a couple of weeks later, after my son introduced me to it, a friend of mine on a social media platform posted something up about a Cash App glitch. And then, of course, my mind started racing. I was like, Cash App glitch? It was like, it sounded exactly how a hood person or a rapper would describe it. Like, yo, who want to get this sauce? Cash App glitch. And is the video showing all of this money in Cash App? And again, I'm like, oh, this is something interesting. How does it work? So we're going to look at a few videos today because we got to get to the bottom of this. I went through these videos. I edited them. I made them shorter because I'm not about to sit here watching 30 minutes of videos. But we're going to watch these videos. I'm going to give some commentary from a legal standpoint, from a bullshit standpoint, from a capping standpoint. And hey, as quiet as it kept, I'm gonna let y'all know some of the things that are going on that this Punchmade Dev is doing that are actually, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. They're kind of fucking smart. It's kind of fucking smart. So let's go ahead, cue up the video. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Hey, appreciate the salute to my guy Mike Williams for tuning in too, brother. I appreciate you. Let's start with an interview that Punchmade Dev did with a YouTuber named Tommy G. I'm gonna play a video. I gotta shout out the channel. Y'all go check out Tommy G's channel. Some of the music I actually changed because YouTube and they're using music without proper authorization. I didn't want to deal with all that. Some of it I left it in because it was really short clips, so I'm just hoping they don't give any issues. But let's go ahead, cue things up. We got to see this. I think we're gonna do it. Let's do it that way. We're gonna do that view right there. We gotta check this out because one is kind of wild, but two, I mean, the shit is just wild. But before I hit play, I want to give y'all some background. Okay, this is Devin Turner is his name. I think he's 24 years old. From Lexington, Kentucky. Lexington, Kentucky. All right, cool. I gotta look at my notes. So I don't want to mess things up. Now, from the background I could find on this guy, he actually had a unique background, right? He had a background that always fucking confuses me because I had a partner like this growing up who actually was probably an upper middle class family, but he resorted to doing like street shit. It always confused me. I'm like, bro, why you you actually don't gotta sell drugs. You can just ask your mom. She like bought you a Lexus for your like 16th birthday. So there are these weird people, but he grew up single parent household. But he wasn't a street kid, wasn't in the PJs and the projects, he didn't grow up in a hardcore area, anything to that effect. In high school, he was actually a standout athlete, did relatively well in school, so the kid is clearly smart, okay? Clearly smart. In 20, I think 17, if I'm not mistaken, he initially started out as a YouTuber doing NBA 2K videos, and he got this huge following. In 2019, he began making music, and he kind of blew up with this whole scam rap culture. So that's just kind of a little bit of background information. Now let's go ahead dive into this video and we're gonna talk about it. Let me see what's a good view to do. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna do that one right
I'm Tommy G. Today we're diving into the world of scams. Everything you're about to see is purely reenactment and for educational purposes only, so you don't get scammed by people like this.
there. I couldn't stop laughing at the credit card pendant too. That shit was hilarious. But so you don't get scammed like people like this. Then the camera turn around and it's just a group of black people standing there for the most part. That's just kind of wild. This is some straight up buffoonery.
Today we meet one of the most famous scammers on the internet, Punchmade Dev. He's made a name for himself as one of the biggest scam rappers on the internet. Songs like How to Write It Down and Punch In. On the social media platforms, he flaunts an absurd amount of money. Today, I asked him about the most common scams people are pulling right now so that we, the people, can better learn how to protect ourselves from scammers like him. The goal of this documentary is twofold. First, to be aware of how scammers operate, and second, to encourage viewers to be the hero, not their villain. Not only is scamming a loser way to make money, but it also can carry a heavy up to 20 years. The reenactments you're about to see are for educational purposes only. Viewer discretion.
Now let's just put a little common sense to this, okay? If you are a scammer, right? I don't know. Like if you were a murderer, okay? Let's say you were a murderer and you was like mad nice with it. If you did a YouTube video where a guy was doing a documentary on you actually committing a murder, what the hell do you think would happen to your ass? The authorities would be at your door so fast. So the first thing we got to talk about is a little common sense here, because I got to give this guy credit. He actually is kind of smart, but doing a video like this actually makes no fucking sense if you're actually doing scams. First of all.
Banks drop a check, they close the crack of cards. Our combination is one of the most common scams that are out there. See how we can protect you if you are from it. And also be a guy that is a true internet phenomenon and character. Punchmade Dev. We're not taking any chances with this guy. We don't know how big this scam is. I'm playing ball with my credit
That is actually smart. Now I will tell you, I did edit this video because I wasn't watching this whole shit. But it was a couple of things in this video that I actually personally edited out because I was just like, I don't want to put that on my channel because like, hey, we want to deter scamming. We don't want to give nobody no real scamming gems. So
How hard is it to scam somebody? But there's actually this device you can put it right up to your like wallet. You get that shit. That's right. Yes, credit cards.
all right, that device he talking about right there, let's just kind of put some age on this whole thing. That device he talking about, see, I'm old. I remember when credit cards and bank cards had no actual chip in them. I seen that device like shit, probably 20 years ago. I mean, it was before every card had a damn chip in it. I remember going to a class about, how sensitive these chips were, seeing these devices that could just snatch your shit out the air. So off the break, the scams that he talking about, this finesse he talking about, this shit is like older than my son. This shit is like at least 20, 25 years old, just to throw it out there. It ain't the most current stuff. There's a lot more current stuff going on, but this is something that's legit. It is something that still works, and it is something that you have to be on the lookout for.
So you can see what my credit card, my debit card, anything legit. Now picture this: you have my credit card, debit card. You ran my account empty. You feel bad? Bad.
All right, now this is a point, an educational point here. A lot of scammers I've seen, or people who purport themselves to be scammers and really aren't scammers, but that's just how they making their image. They all say the same thing. If I take money from you, it's all good because the bank will give it back. At some point in this video, he talk about, yo, the federal government insures up to $250,000, so there are no victims. Let's just make this thing clear and correct, okay? When the federal government, FDIC, insures a bank for $250,000, they're protecting your money from the bank actually collapsing and going under. So if you got 100K in the bank goes belly up, the federal government going to pay you your 100K back. That shit don't got anything to do with fraud or scam. If you get scammed, if it's some type of fraud, the determination of if the bank is going to pay back your money is solely up to their internal policy, their internal investigation team. I just did a video the other day where people got scammed and Chase wasn't paying them their money. I saw another video where a bank I used was like, yo, we not paying people their money after they got scammed. So it's 100% false that you would actually get your money back if you get scammed because the bank is insured. The bank is only insured if it actually fails, then the federal government will step in. If you get scammed, that shit is unilaterally up to the bank. Yo, shout out to sis Lisa J Stocks too. Y'all make sure y'all go check her channel out. Good content, especially if you want to learn about investing and running it up the legal way, not the illegal way, like these guys say they're doing. But yeah, it may be cap.
First and last name with the social will come up. It's your birthday?
This shit was hilarious.
Big boss. How do you describe yourself? I feel like the whole world is a scam. Like, if I take money from you, you're gonna get the money back. Nobody's gonna hurt. I mean, six walking crazy shit.
All right, so we know that that's cap. You're not gonna get the money back. You might get the money back, but chances are you probably won't. I've seen cases where people lost hundreds of thousands of dollars and only have gotten back like 10% of that shit or 20%. So the $250,000 federal insurance is only to protect against the bank collapsing. It has nothing to do with fraud. And I actually thought this was hilarious. Listen to how he describes himself here.
Robin Hood as well, like some from the rich gave it a four. You view yourself as about well,
Bro, did you hear what he said? So one, if he is committing scams and he is finessing people, is no guarantee that they get money back. But he asked him to describe himself as Robin Hood, give to the take from the rich and give to the poor. I take from the poor and I am the rich. This dude is terrible, man. This dude is terrible. At the end of this video, we'll talk a little bit about his contact with the criminal justice system, why it further leads me to the conclusion that I'm gonna get to at the end of this.
okay, so how can
There are wallets out there that you can get that'll protect you from getting your information snatched out of the air. A lot of those smart wallets. Do I got mine on me? I don't got mine on me right now, but they do have wallets out there that can protect against that. So, you know, this guy ain't gonna give you no gems on how to stop nothing because he's purportedly the best scammer who's open to the public and law enforcement about what the hell he's doing.
how are you doing right now? Gonna hit a wire. Where's that? Log in and wire somebody. I'm just trying to learn how to scale. That's what Tommy's trying to do.
This dude just sitting in the back looking like a scrub. It's hilarious. All right, so a wire, and I'm not gonna call cap on this video, but I guess if he was doing all of these illegal things, he would have to clean it up to put it on YouTube. So he wouldn't have evidence that would directly implicate him. But essentially, here, this is something that I talked about in my last video where people are getting finessed and are actually doing wire frauds. Uh, Essentially, a wire is using the internet to transfer money from one financial institution to another. So, normally, wire fraud is when you're transferring money through interstate commerce across state lines, and it's fraudulent. It carries a sentence of up to 20 years in prison. And every time you do a transfer, that's another wire fraud charge. So I've actually prosecuted and investigated people for wire fraud. Mail and wire fraud is one of the common ones quite often. But that's essentially what he's talking about when he's going to do a wire. Now, how he got the information to be able to successfully do a wire transfer, I don't know. They don't show it on this video. And if they did show it, hell, even showing this is probably enough to have law enforcement look into you. And I'm sure there's probably some high speed investigator who actually, if not currently is looking into them, probably have looked into them.
All this episode is learn how to protect the people at home from this kind of how much you
I'm gonna show y'all how slick he is. This guy actually smart though.
have your walking them, the wire transfer money to yourself. So how $50.
Man, this is I call cap on this guy. He probably taking the money out of his own bank account, in my opinion.
Why do scamming become so popular? What do you guys think when kids look up to you? It's actually pretty crazy.
You don't want to work for 50 years, you're back broke, and then you can finally do what you want because you finally got some money.
How long you guys want to be in the game for before you're? I want to be like five. Breathe in. Let me sniff it to make sure. What again?
All right, let's pause it right there. That was the first thing that I saw that I thought was interesting. What are you gonna do with the $10,000? I might give it back. Hey, no, that's one thing no scammer ever said. I might give it back, unless they were on the verge of getting caught and got caught. So that's point number one why it's just leading me to believe that this is all a persona for social media. Now I will tell y'all later on in this video how he is making money, and that shit is hilarious. But the fact that he said I might give it back, I was like, I've never in my life represented or prosecuted anybody who ever uttered those words outside of when they were actually about to go to prison. So that's a red flag number one. The other red flag is like, yo, if you're a well versed scammer, scammers know the law. Like people who break the law, they know the law better than like a brand new attorney would, right? So if you are a super scammer and you wired whatever 400K from this person's account, and you're like, yo, I'm gonna go take out 10. I mean, anybody with any real experience, any real scammer, they would probably get a larger sum of money because each transaction is probably a transaction that's going to have a criminal charge attached to it. And if I was going to, hey, don't commit scams. This is showing y'all how to be aware of what's going on. But if a real scammer is going to commit a scam, he's not going to go get $10,000 or do a wire transfer for $10,000 when there's 100 sitting in there. He's gonna try to wire a larger sum, the largest amount that he can, because 10 wire transfer for $10,000 or one big ass wire transfer for $100,000. One is one charge, the other one is 10 charges. So, these are just things that like skilled scammers wouldn't do or wouldn't say, in my personal opinion. But hey, I only been in this law game for damn near 14 years.
What's the most amount of money you ever walk out? We're gonna head to a gas station next and show you the next scam to avoid. So we're getting into scammers and dumps. And what's dump?
So say if I wanted to write up a dump, right? I'll get a track and wing, a one-on-one or a two-on wing. So I get the information on my site. You use the white place, but this one's better because they got a full face.
He just This is cat.
How much is this page? So if someone says they're a certified dumper, this is what they're talking about.
They can either be the person getting the dumps with the skimmer, or they can be the person writing the using them. Say like I know somebody working at McDonald's, right? They do a skimmer, they work through the drive-through. Say somebody.
And this is like the easiest way to catch a scammer. I've I've represented people who got caught doing this dumb shit, and I've prosecuted people who got caught doing this dumb shit. But this is the easiest way. Let's just use a little bit of common sense here. This is something that a scammer that's to the level of like the LeBron James and Michael Jordan the scamming definitely wouldn't do. You get somebody inside of the Wendy's, you give them a device. Every time a customer comes and they swipe the card to pay. They also swipe it through the machine to get that information. It's going to be a bunch of people with illegal transactions, and they're all going to have one thing in common. They all ate at the same fucking Wendy's or the same fucking McDonald's. Then all they got to do is see when that transaction was made. Then once they see when that transaction was made, all they're going to do is go look and see who was on that shift that worked and who was assigned to work at the actual cash register. And they're going to end up in prison. Then, like in this video, this person right here is going to end up snitching, telling on everybody, then everybody going to fucking jail. That's normally how these situations work. So again, this is all scams are stupid, but this is definitely like a low tier novice, somebody who just started scamming level scam.
For my end, that's when I drop the info. At the end of the day, I have like a list of like 20 of them. Try to wipe this empty about right up a double letter for you.
FBI looking into you? Because how are you not federal?
You got a VPN, a posse server, RDP.
I got all this VPN and all this other shit, but I'm on here making a YouTube video telling y'all how to do this shit. This is crazy as hell.
By any lock on so as far as scamming goes, are you feeling
When y'all see how he really make money, y'all gonna fucking laugh y'all ass off. I thought it was the funniest shit ever.
how much money is on the car?
This one got about like a $600 balance. Wherever y'all went, everybody could be able to get it free.
Again, That's a rookie play. Ain't no real scammer scamming for no $600.
Sure. Some small like this, that was hard. But you can get a message on your phone, like if this you and you say no, and then they reverse. You get back with this.
Cat.
I'm gonna start my phone harder. Take it from
This shit was hilarious. Look. He gonna be like, what would y'all do if y'all saw a scammer? And then everybody gonna turn around and look at this dude. This was hilarious.
What do you think happens for scammers? What would you say if we met a scammer in our life?
Everybody turned around and looked at this dude.
Well, I can see you in the next 24 hours. I'll be calling you guys for help. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Everything's free for everybody today.
Thank you.
This dude is spending his own money. This is all a finesse. And I'm gonna tell y'all the finesse at the end. This is so phony. We hate scammers, but go ahead and buy my shit. He's the internet's most well-known self-proclaimed scammer. I have reason to believe this dude's not a scammer at all. He is, but not a legit scammer.
And he came out with $10,000.
It works. Thank you.
They're like, oh man, he a scammer. Give me my shit that you paid for.
People are complicated, you know. People are very complicated. I heard the guy that his car that is was working hard at McDonald's. Oh yeah. He's really was great. This is directly from a song.
Now, all right, I'm gonna let this play. But essentially, in this song, the lyrics was too wild. But essentially, in that song, he talked about how you want to actually swipe the card instead of putting it in and using the chip. And then he tells you how to make it so that the clerk will tell you to swipe the card. They block the chip, so when you put it in, it won't work. Then he'll say, "Go ahead, try to swipe it." Then they unblock it and swipe it, and it'll go through.
So that's why you just hand the trick and make it purposely decline. So what you follow is step by step your own instructions. So how does an ordinary person stop that from happening? There's no way. If you use your debit card, shut the bank off right away. Yeah, but it's not even you losing it though. You'll just go you'll go pay for it somewhere, or have somebody inside like McDonald's and they'll swipe that through.
This dude a rookie. If he is a scammer, which I don't think so, he'd be a rookie. This is something that everybody really need to look out for too, because I've seen some of these skimmers that actually look like a real ATM machine. It looks like the same setup at the gas pump, and all this one is an attachment that goes on where you would normally swipe or insert your card. ATM machine, gas station, and people put it in, they get their gas, and then at the end of the day, somebody come snatch that thing off of the gas pump, take it, and get all the card information that was ran through there. So low key, when I go like to some places ATMs, and if it looked funny, I'll like kind of pull on it to make sure it's not bullshit. Because I know once I was about to go to an ATM and I saw it and I was like, that was fucking weird. And I grabbed it and lifted up, and the whole bitch came off, pop. And I was like, oh, somebody tried to get me, and they had it set up. So this is one that's old as hell, but people still use it.
Walk up to one with a scammer, would you know? Yeah, I would know. You can tell. Where's the next file I'm going up to? Let's go through your head right now. We've seen a few scams step by step. What you described in the song, just make it decline twice and swipe it. He literally did his own playbook. All right.
He ain't doing none of this shit. This is all his money. Dude's going to the ATM machine with a Pooh Shiesty mask on. They got the credit mask. Come on. This all their money.
All right, so what the hell is
This shit's so fake. A ski mask to a bank. The police officers aren't worried about them because these fools aren't committing real crimes right now. That's all it is.
Don't let your stuff get stolen. If you lose your card, tell the bank to lock it, and the bank will reimburse you if someone price. The only thing is if like somebody wants to wire out more than if it's no more than
Again, I said that's already capped. 250,000 limit is only if the bank collapses. It's gonna got shit to do with fraud. So that's what it is. This dude is such a good actor. I can't wait to show y'all how he really make money. Y'all gonna laugh your ass off. That's true.
How are you not scared to let us into your world today?
Because he know what he's doing, and what he's doing is not a crime. This shit was funny. He gonna talk about how he got started in scamming in his first scam, and I actually had a case as a defense attorney that kind of started from a scam like this, which is another reason why this is a stupid ass scam. I was like, yeah, he said e-whoring. I was like, what? He got this story was wild. That's crazy as fuck.
So he flew to the cul-de-sac. He was like, he was in a white Benz. I was like, I see you in the white Benz. Late at night too. Yeah, he sent it. I told him I get it. I told him send it again. He sent it again. He's like, "It's my last. I'm literally going negative, but I won't have any gas to get home." I swear to God, he sent that. I didn't feel bad at this point. I rolled up the window and I yelled, "Nigga drove off."
So I actually had a case where I was defending the guy, and this guy, he was a victim to, I didn't know it was called e-whore, and that's hilarious. But yeah, he meets some girl online, he drives to her crib, she like, yo, I need a deposit or whatever. So he send her some money, and he send her the money, and of course it goes terribly wrong for him. He don't get the clap nothing. He's upset. Now this is where this is a dumbass scam, because think about it. If you got somebody coming to where you can roll down the window, open the window up and say, hey, police, and the person drive off, they now know exactly where you live or the general area where you stay. And this dude I was representing, it was for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, attempted murder, because after he lost his money on the e-whoring transaction, you think he let that slide? Nah, he knew. He came back to that same location maybe a night or two after and lit that damn place up again. He probably lost, I think it was something like $300-$400. He lost $400, but these people got shot at and pistol whipped and all kinds of crazy shit over some dumb stuff. So hey, all scams aren't created equal, and any scam is a bad idea, but especially a scam where you're putting yourself in close proximity to the person you scam. That's just fucking stupid.
The big wave right now.
Now, this one, we almost near the end, but this one we're gonna have to talk about later, because I was gonna do a separate video, but I want y'all to know how this actual scam works. The Cash App glitch scam is the funniest and dumbest shit I ever seen. All of these scams on a scale of DFD's 1 to 10, for one being a whack ass scam and 10 being very smart, these are like a 3.
Really that simple. And how you do that? Gotta pay for the sauce, man. But and I can't turn out. I don't really know what just happened. This is what I do know. We just gave you a how-to video, how to avoid getting scammed. Yeah, avoid getting scammed, education purposes. I encourage everybody to make money in a legitimate fashion in a way that you can look yourself in the mirror, proud of what you're doing. So, folks, we just looked into the life of the internet's most famous scammer, Punchmade Dev. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Peace.
All right, so that was kind of terrible. I'm gonna fast forward because we gotta get some insight from somebody who actually was in custody, incarcerated for scamming. But before I get to that video is short. It's just a phone call. That video we just watched, Tommy G's YouTube channel, he got some interesting videos. Like this dude be going to like visit O Block and all these hoods and all sorts of crazy stuff. But he not really looking at the real. They showing him what they can show him for YouTube. My conclusion after seeing this video was that this dude is either insanely dumb or full of shit. I'm leaning towards full of shit. I suspect that he probably maybe did a couple of scams like this before, but there's no way he's doing scams now and putting them on the fucking internet because he would have been under the jail. So in this next clip, there's a phone call. Shout out to I give a shout out to the YouTube channel and the podcast I got it from. But they reached out to Bandman Kevo. I don't know if y'all familiar with Bandman Kevo. It's somebody who I've seen give advice on finances and finesses, and it was illegal as hell. So I wouldn't advise anyone listen or take financial advice for someone who calls themselves Bandman Kevo or someone who was incarcerated for fraud or scamming or anything like that. But this audio I'm about to play is something that I actually do agree with Bandman Kevo on. And he's talking about his thoughts on Punchmade Dev. Is he legit or not? Take a listen to this call. And this is one thing probably ever that myself and Bandman Kevo would agree on.
I like that. Where did he get back?
How to avoid getting scammed, education purposes. I encourage everybody to make money in a legitimate fashion in a way that you can look yourself in the mirror, proud of what you're doing. So, folks, we just looked into the life of the internet's most famous scammer, Punchmade Dev.
Self-proclaimed scammer.
We'll see you next week. Peace.
He ain't got no scam charges, nothing.
I like that. Where did he get back?
Yo, Kevo. All right, so yeah, this Bandman Kevo live on No Jumper News. All right.
Shout out No Jumper News YouTube channel. That's where I got this video from. Always got to get a channel a shout out.
About the Punchmade Dev.
This shit was hilarious because it was true.
Yeah, I've seen him doing a YouTube video or something like that.
Yeah, so he did a documentary with Tommy G that they got 3.3 billion views in like 7 days. He's going down, breaking down exactly how he does all this.
He ain't break down shit.
And like Flacco is saying this cap. A lot of people in the comments saying this cap. But Tommy G said the money was real, said the change was real. So the best person to talk about this on the phone. So you break it down to the people. What's going on?
I feel like he definitely is making money, but it's not from committing fraud.
I agree.
That he has people so that not make money doing what he do. So let's say if I'm putting out, I do scams, I do this and I do that. He might be paying him a lot of money to teach him.
Yep.
To teach them
Courses.
to do things, but I don't believe he's out here.
My man TC was all over it.
Like just if you did a video doing the crime, going to jail, like
Video doing the crime.
I believe that it's a lot of
Right. See, this is the real scammer's perspective. Smart.
Yeah. You seen the video where he ended up getting the police after the Ross situation?
I feel like it's all so he probably only got detained because of the reader right there, but everything else is literally legit. You know what I mean? Because he's still an actor slash entertainer as well, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Facts.
Like the police try to arrest him. He probably and he looked suspicious, but I don't believe it was for doing any crime or anything like that.
All right. So with the Tommy G video, all right. So the Aiden Ross thing, it could have been staged. I agree with you. But in the Tommy G vlog, he's rich. He has like over 100,000. He has multiple chains. So like, you think he did the part? You go past him.
Nah.
No, yeah, or giving game. I like. Well, this is the thing about this. This right now, probably gonna make.
That's true.
No, all those scams that he talked about, I used to do them, and they're old as hell. Niggas do not do none of that. Super old now.
Bandman Kevo, a real scammer, or was a real scammer. I could tell by the way he talking.
People might stand him for knowledge, and they might be that from fraud, not from scam. Trust me, bro. You know what I mean? If you've been doing it for long enough, they would have been there.
You gonna know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, bro. Yes, bro. Trust me, bro. Like it's not. It wouldn't even be worth it if you doing all. You're not gonna try to train nobody.
All right, so I generally agree with. I'm generally agreeing with our guy Kevo on this one. Now we got to see. Now that we know what the game is, the game is I'm not a scammer, but I'm teaching how to scam. I'm teaching folks how to scam because I tried to figure it out. I was like, how the fuck is this dude making money? I went to his YouTube channel and this dude getting millions of views for his music, which is interesting but semi-terrible in my personal, opinion. I'm sitting here drinking. in my personal opinion. And so I was like, how is this dude making money? I checked out his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel, as we could suspect, is demonetized because even if you are capping and really aren't scamming, YouTube's not going to put an ad on the channel that's purporting to do that. So I was like, yo, how is this dude making money? Well, I took a look at his social platforms, and I'm talking about 700,000 millions of subscribers. But his most interesting platform was Telegram. Now, I want to cue a video up because we know how this dude is making money. It's, yo, I'm going to teach you how to do what I'm doing. So we got two more things we got to cover before we wrap this video up. I found a video of someone who actually paid for the sauce to get the game on how to finesse the Cash App scam. And I thought it was hilarious. And I want to go ahead and cue this video up. Let me go ahead and cue this video up so we could get a good look. All right. In this video, y'all can see the content creator Xavier over on YouTube, XDAVIER. This dude actually purchased from the Telegram course Punchmade Dev's scam sauce, the sauce
newest
how to
rappers
do
on the
these
scene.
scams.
He has grown extremely fast in an exceptionally short amount of time, making absolutely insane songs such as internet
This shit is
swiping
hilarious as
and
fuck.
anonymous activity, which if you guys don't know what a swipe lesson is, swipe, ooh, money just came up. He was in fucking Yahoo. He even somehow got his bitch ass on Aiden Ross. And the entire time he keeps pumping this thing called the Cash App method. Now, what is the Cash App method and what does he claim that it is? The Cash App method, essentially, if you send him $200 BTC only, he will send you a Cash App account that is loaded with at least a couple $1,000s.
All right, now after we see what was the results of him purchasing through this course, I'm gonna explain to y'all the Cash App finesse. Because when I saw it, I was like, this don't make no fucking sense. And I wanted to get to the bottom of it.
And he has made some truly wild claims about this. And in today's video, I decided to do the investigative work, put up my own money, and I'm going to be finding out if this is legit or a scam. I'm not going into it with no superstition, but if you guys are interested in a real way of making money that worked for me, which allows me to get basically anything I want for free, like this Palm Angel shirt, I'd recommend checking out Xavier.net, which would be in the first link down below. But with that all being said, guys, we're just going to get right into it. So first, I want to just take a look at Punchmade's overall brand and just take a look at everything. Essentially, what you guys can see right here is that this is his official record label. And if I go back, you can see right here, this is his official Instagram account with over 700,000 followers. If we click on this thing right here, it'll take you to the main page, which it'll say click right here to learn, which is the Telegram chat, which will go ahead and open your Telegram, which has almost 200,000 subscribers, which is crazy.
200,000.
And as you guys can see right here, I am already in the Telegram chat. And we're just going to read through a couple of these because honestly, these are wild. But if you guys actually take the time and take a little bit of a listen to like this voice notes here, he's so persuasive. Oh my God. I can't believe that I'm only having to spend $200 to make what, like 10 racks? Let's check out this thing. Is the glitch still hitting? Send BTC. He sent his wallet and then he did. I did it, fam. Cash App glitch. It's only 3 steps. Yes, sir. Bro, you the GOAT. Punchmade. Eat the sauce, bro. Got you. Just send 200. Yeah. First time doing this. So bet with me, gang. Bet. Thank you. It hit. Yeah, these are so well written. Look at this. I'm ready for the Cash App glitch. Send BTC. I sent it. Are the steps easy? Yeah, let me know if you need help, though. Bet it hit. Oh, my God. And just like that, another 13 racks in their accounts. And as you can see right here, there's basically endless proof. And then he's showing off his mansion in the hills where he's got his Cash App. He's opening it up. He's got a balance of 26,000, even though he could have just loaded a balance of 26,000. Whatever. You initiated a withdrawal. Oh, I forgot to tell you. 12K have been hit. I've been over here shopping. And then obviously you got to have the B-roll that's not his because I know where he got this because I know the folder. And oh, look at that. Just added another 18 racks. Oh, a deposit with the text. It's almost like you made a real fucking deposit. Anyway, I'm still going to spend the money for you guys. So I went ahead and I actually hit up Punchmade. And as you can see right here, I said, yo, I'm interested in the Cash App method. What's the address? So I'm going to go ahead and get on my phone and I'm actually going to send him $200.
All right, tune into this. This was the funniest shit ever. And this guy, Punchmade Dev, is actually fucking smart. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to give y'all my take from former defense attorney, investigator, prosecutor, all of that, as to why he's a genius.
Dollars in BTC to this address. And I'm going to see if I get scanned or not. And we will be following the method. If it's PDF, if it's a method that actually ends up working and
Bitcoin, that's
can't show it on YouTube, then I'll just cut it and it'll be like, oh, well, guys, I made 12 racks. And then I'll encourage you guys to join the Telegram chat. But as you can tell from my demeanor, I think you know where this is going. So just like that, I went ahead and I purchased some BTC. And now we're going to go on and send it to him. And yeah, just like that, he just sent me this glitch.2.0.txt. And I'm going to read it out for you guys. Did your dumbass really think that fake screenshot was going to work? Imagine wasting your time doing all that to get nothing. You feel like a dumbass, don't you? Next time your broke ass should come money ready, then you might get somewhere in life, peasant.
Yo, Punchmade Dev is about to be my favorite rapper, even though he sucks. This dude purchased 200. He sent them $200 worth of Bitcoin, which, if you were doing something illegal, cryptocurrency transaction would probably be the right way to do it. You know, rather than dealing in cash and meeting face to face. Immediately, once it went through, this pop up came up. We're gonna run that back because that was fucking hilarious. He sent the guy his $200 in Bitcoin, and then he gets this pop up.
Be like, oh, well, guys, I made 12 racks. And then I'll encourage you guys to join the Telegram chat. But as you can tell from my demeanor, I think you know where this is going. So just like that, I went ahead and I purchased some BTC. And now we're going to go on and send it to him. And yeah, just like that, he just sent me this glitch.2.0.txt. And I'm going to read it out for you guys. Did your dumbass really think that fake screenshot was going to work? Imagine wasting your time doing all that to get nothing. You feel like a dumbass, don't you? Next time your broke ass should come money ready, then you might get somewhere in life peasant.
This dude is hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna save that and I'm gonna send that to some people.
Man,
Thanks, G. The method.
That is the funniest stuff I ever seen. Hey, shout out to Xavier for going through and wasting that $200 to see how the Cash App glitch works. But this dude, Punchmade Dev, is, I don't know, maybe he did a scam before, but he's not a world-class, sophisticated Michael Jordan, LeBron James of scamming. He's actually a very low ass level scammer because he's only doing one scam. His one scam that he's doing is giving people the sauce through his Telegram and charging people for the course. Now, as we saw in the video, this guy, Xavier, I think his name is, he paid $200 in Bitcoin. Soon as the money was sent and received, he received an error message essentially telling him how much of a dumbass he was for actually thinking he was going to get some sauce on how to get it. Now, this is why Punchmade Dev is a fucking genius. I'm just going to be honest. If I'm sitting in my role as, I don't know, investigative attorney or prosecutor, and someone comes to me and says, a crime has been committed against me, who the fuck is going to prosecute, or what law enforcement is going to care that I got scammed trying to purchase a course on how to scam people? Nobody gonna give a damn about it. It's actually, I'm gonna be honest, it's actually smart. I go join his Telegram. I pay $200-300 for the sauce on how to get scammed. He calls me a dumbass once I send him the cryptocurrency. I don't get anything. Who the hell am I gonna go to tell? Am I gonna go to the police and be like, hey, I tried to buy this scamming course on how to scam people, and that he took my damn money? No, I have actually no recourse. It's no way in the world that like I would ever be like, oh man, I'm sorry you got wrong trying to learn how to scam hardworking people. Let's go find this guy and really prosecute him. Honestly, honestly, he probably can make more money working with the government to take down would-be and potential people who want to become scammers. So Punchmade Dev, in my personal opinion, hey, I'm only talking from the perspective of an attorney, defense, prosecution, investigator. This dude is a low-level scammer, but he's not doing all these credit card finesses like he's doing. He actually doing the course thing, and he has an actual beautiful course method to scam people. Let's just keep it honest. Even though, hey, scamming is illegal across the board, but if I paid somebody for a course to learn how to invest in real estate, and they didn't give me what I paid for, they just ghosted me or whatever. If somebody came to me as a prosecutor or law enforcement, I'm like, oh man, we got to stop this guy because he's hurting hardworking people who just trying to learn how to build wealth through investments. But if somebody's selling the course on how to commit scams and you don't get what you paid for in that course, you're not gonna go to fucking call 911 and be like, man, this dude scammed me and he never gave me my course so I can learn how to scam other people. So, hey, as stupid as this whole fucking situation is, and yes, that is still illegal, but I just don't see anybody, any form of law enforcement actually giving a damn about it to take any waste government resources or taxpayer dollars to get to the bottom of it. So, yo, this dude is not a legit credit card scammer. He's scamming through the courses and is actually relatively smart because his victims have no recourse. So it's hilarious. Now, before we close out this video, I wanted to talk about the Cash App scam because, again, I told you all, I saw the Cash App scam. I want to pull up let me see if I can pull up a video, if I got a video of it. Give me 1 second. I think I got something we could share. Okay, so I saw this. Actually, somebody in my social media network posted, was like, yo, Cash App scam. And you can see on the screen, they putting all this money in, 10,000, and they cashing it out. And I was like, yo, what is this Cash App glitch about? How does it work? If it's a glitch, that means it's a mistake. So if you're taking advantage of a mistake on purpose, yeah, that's a crime. And there was a Cash App glitch, and Cash App made sure to charge those people credit card. They got their goddamn money back. But this is the Cash App glitch. There is no Cash App glitch. There's bogus websites on the dark web where people can download apps that look exactly like Cash App, look exactly like your Bank of America app, looks exactly like your Wells Fargo app, your Chase Bank app. These are just apps, they're duplicate apps. They look exactly like the legitimate app, but they are illegitimate. So people download these bogus ass apps and they make money one or two ways. We saw in the earlier video where Punchmade Dev was like, yo, if you want to learn how to do this, you got to pay for this sauce. So what these guys are doing is a two-way scam. They scam you on the front end or the back end. On the front end is, yo, send me $300 via Cash App and I'll Cash App you $2,000 in the next 24 hours. And they use this bogus app that looks like Cash App to show $2,000. They look up your Cash App they send it to you, and you think you got it and you never get shit. So that's scam number one. The second scam with it is people who want to scam other people, they actually pay to learn how to do it. Now, this ain't like you could go to the Google Play Store or Apple Store and download the app, but that's just kind of the name of the game, how it goes. Yo, people lazy as shit and are always trying to find a way to finesse and get over. And I do these videos because I definitely don't want to see my people who working hard, building wealth the right way, doing the right thing, get finessed out of money. But hey, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm gonna give a shout out to Punchmade Dev on this one because even though this dude isn't a real scammer, he is a scammer, but he has a target rich environment of people who's going to fall for this scam, and nobody's going to give a fuck about it. The cops aren't going to give a damn if you lose your money trying to buy a course to learn how to scam people. Prosecutors aren't going to give a damn about it. They have no recourse. They can't tell nobody. So when they lose their 200, 300, 1,000, whatever the hell he's charging for these dumbass courses, hey, they just have to eat it. Yo, so that's it for this video. Hey, the name of the game is keep your head on a swivel, be aware of what's going on. Honestly, it's actually kind of good to keep up with what's going on in scamming news because they come out with something new all the time, and you want to hold on to your coins. Playing offense is going out there and making money the legit way. Playing defense is all about protecting the money you got through insurance, protecting it through making sure you don't get finessed, making sure you understand enough about investments. So when your financial institution, your personal investor actually start talking about shit, they just not giving you lip service because you got a foundational level of knowledge. That's it for this video. I probably should always say this shit in the beginning, but I never do because I always forget. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like this video, subscribe, share, and hit that bell notification. And if you like this content, you'll probably enjoy the next content that's going to pop up on the screen. So definitely click that link. Thanks to everybody who tuned in and in the chat. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Peace.